Good morning and welcome to another edition of the Daily Fix. I am your usual host, Advocate Tulo Hoyane. This morning we take the story of Longwe a step further. Remember, we are talking about here a statement allegedly recorded by Malisela Tifo, former advocate Malisela Tifo from Longwe. The two allegedly met not so long ago at the Johannesburg prison. And this is where Longwe made this statement and Tifo took it down in writing. This is why we'll be reading from the actual statement as recorded by Tifo. And I want to emphasize, dictated by Longwe to Tifo, as recorded by Tifo. Now let us recap. Where were we last time? The narrative up to now is that Senzo Meyiwa had been killed by none other than Kelly Khumalo. But let us rewind a step back and get back to this letter and discover a few disclosures, which I'm sure will be shocking to most people, or will be of interest. Depends on how you look at it. So I will again read you part of that letter, which I've just referred to, or statement, Longwe statement. This is not my statement. Let us make that very clear. This is Longwe statement. Let me read you part of that statement, and it goes as follows. I then stole one of my father's firearms, which was a .38 special revolver, and went to Zandi's home. I was driving alone in my car, a VW Golf 1, and was armed with the said gun. My new love for Zandi was still driving me crazy at the time. Senzo Meyiwa was shot and killed with the gun I brought. However, it was a fatal mistake that Kelly Khumalo shot and killed Senzo instantly. After Kelly shot Senzo, she cried hysterically. The firearm remained in her hands, and she shivered, shouting, "What am I going to say to the Meyiwas?" We took about 1 hour in the house before we took Senzo to hospital. That is what we have for this morning. Remember, Longwe had gone to Zandi's home after a frantic search for Zandi. He says he was annoyed that Zandi had been sort of evading her for all this time. And there were rumors doing the rounds that either Tumelo Matlala or Mthokozi Zitwala, Senzo's two friends from KZN, was possibly in an affair with Zandi. This is what Longwe suspected. So Longwe went to Zandi's home armed with this .38 special firearm. He says he had no intention at all to shoot Senzo. The only reason why he stole his father's firearm was to go there and scare these people, to try and make a point that they must stay away from his girlfriend. Anyway, this is how he tells us it all went. And shockingly enough, or not even surprising, depending on how you look at it, Kelly Khumalo is said to have cried hysterically, shouting, "What am I going to tell the Meyiwas?" There you have it. This is a statement of Longwe Twala. This is what Longwe Twala says happened in his presence. This is not just conjecture. In other words, this is not what Longwe thinks happened. Longwe is not connecting the dots here to make sense of what happened. He's an actual eyewitness to what happened in that house on that unfortunate night. He finishes off the portion that I've read to you by saying it took an hour to take before they took Senzo to hospital. After Kelly shot Senzo, the gun remained in Kelly Kumalo's hands, and it took them an hour before they took Senzo to hospital. There's another dimension, shocking dimension to the whole saga. Senzo gets shot by mistake, allegedly. Kelly Kumalo starts crying hysterically. What am I going to tell the Meyiwas? And yet, in all this, none of the people in the house ever saw it necessary to immediately ferry Senzo or take Senzo to hospital. They remained with Senzo in the house as he bled to death profusely. If this is not shocking, I don't know what will shock you. But I am shocked by all of it. But like I said, this case has got twists and turns. It has got versions, one version after the other. But as we travel this road, a lot will be unraveled. There's a lot that needs to be unraveled. And it will be unraveled. And how better to unravel, what happened, than to use the people who were there. It is the people who were there, who were in and around what was happening, who will telling us what happened. There can be no better witness to what happened on that fateful day. There can be no better evidence before any court of law, better than the evidence that can be rendered by people who were actually there and who, for good motives, are now coming up to say, this is what happened 10 sad years later. But the truth will prevail. The truth will come out in drips and drabs, but ultimately it will come to the fore. Thank you very much for watching this video. Thank you for the support that you are rendering to this channel. Thank you for the many views that I'm also seeing. I am extremely encouraged by what I'm seeing. Please kindly subscribe. If you are a returning viewer and you have not subscribed in the past, please subscribe. Many of you are returning viewers. They've seen several of my videos, but have never subscribed to them. Let us get those views turned into subscriptions. This is what will make this channel succeed. That is the trick. One view, one subscription. Thank you and have a nice